Welcome to Campo della Promessa, a hidden gem nestled along the banks of the Ticino River. This small yet vibrant ecosystem is home to an astonishing array of wildlife that thrives amidst its lush vegetation and tranquil ponds. But Campo della Promessa is more than just a picturesque setting. It's also a haven for some of nature's most fascinating creatures. Join us as we explore this enchanting small corner of nature, where the boundaries between land and water blur, and the beauty of Campo della Promessa comes alive. Let's venture into a world teeming with life, where every moment is filled with wonder and awe. Meet the European rabbit, one of Europe's most iconic and beloved animals. With their fluffy fur, twitching whiskers, and big brown eyes, it's hard not to fall in love with these adorable creatures. Rabbits love nothing more than munching on fresh greens, fruits, and veggies. They're expert foragers, using their sharp teeth and powerful jaws to crunch through tough plant material like grasses, leaves, and bark. European rabbits are a medium-sized species, typically growing up to 12 inches long and weighing around 2 or 3 pounds. They have a distinctive grey-brown coat that helps them blend in with their surroundings, making them expertly camouflaged against predators. European rabbits are highly social creatures that thrive in groups. They live in complex warrens, where they communicate through a variety of vocalizations, from soft chirps and squeaks to loud alarm calls when danger is near. Their thick, soft fur is one of their most impressive features. It's made up of 2 layers, the undercoat and the guard hairs. The undercoat traps warm air next to their skin, keeping them cozy in cold weather, while the longer guard hairs provide protection from the elements. This determined aquatic turtle decided to take on the challenge of climbing out of its natural habitat to enjoy the warm sun. The turtle got a little too eager to soak up those rays, but don't worry, this isn't its first rodeo. The turtle is trading in its underwater home for a spot of sunshine. As a reptile, it needs warmth to regulate its body temperature and survive. Maybe that wasn't its best attempt after all, but you've got to admire the spirit. It's not going to let a little setback like this stop it from reaching new heights. The common pochard is known for its striking chestnut-colored head and neck, black breast and tail, and pale grey body with fine vermiculations. But it's not just its looks that make this duck special. It's also a skilled diver, feeding on plant material, small fish, mollusks, and other aquatic invertebrates. In the breeding season, males will often whistle softly as part of their courtship display. Females, on the other hand, growl softly if they're flushed or disturbed. And when it comes time to lay eggs, females build a platform nest with plant material and down feathers. Swans are known for their impressive wingspans, reaching up to 7 feet from tip to tip. But did you know that they're also excellent walkers? In fact, some species can walk as fast as 3 miles per hour on land. Swans are fiercely protective of their territories. When threatened or competing for resources, they'll engage in dramatic displays, think loud hissing, aggressive posturing, and even violent attacks on intruders. Swans are monogamous birds, with many pairs forming long-term bonds. They're devoted parents too. Female swans will often lay their eggs in a nest made from vegetation and down feathers, while the male takes turns incubating them for about 35 days. When cygnets hatch, they're covered in soft grey down and can't swim or walk yet. But the mother will lead her brood to water, where the little ones learn how to dive and forage for food. Swans are social birds that thrive in flocks. They communicate through a range of sounds, from soft honks to loud trumpeting calls, which can be heard up to 2 miles away. The black-winged stilt is well adapted to life in the marshes, shallow lakes, and ponds that they call home. Their long legs allow them to forage for food in both sand and water, where they feed on insects and crustaceans. What's truly remarkable about these birds is their breeding habits. While some populations migrate to ocean coasts during the winter months, others remain resident or make short-range vagrants of themselves. And then there are those that venture further afield, like the black-winged stilts that have successfully bred in northern European countries. In fact, it's been quite an exciting few years for these birds in Britain and southern England. After a 27-year hiatus, breeding pairs returned to the area in 2014, followed by successful fledgings of young in 2017 and again in 2022, with 4 chicks making their debut in northern England. Immature black-winged stilts are particularly charming, with their grey plumage and sandy wing hue giving them a youthful appearance that belies their impressive foraging skills. As they grow into adulthood, you'll notice the subtle differences between males and females, from the varying amounts of black on their heads to the way their feathers change color depending on the season. The black-winged stilt is not just a striking-looking creature, but also incredibly agile. Their long legs allow them to move quickly across the water's surface or through dense vegetation, while their thin bills enable them to pick up food with precision. Welcome to the world of the Eurasian coot, a fascinating bird that thrives in freshwater lakes and ponds across Europe, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and parts of North Africa. With its striking black plumage and distinctive white bill, this charismatic species is sure to capture your attention. The Eurasian coot is a noisy bird, known for its wide repertoire of crackling, explosive or trumpeting calls. But it's not just their vocalizations that set them apart. These birds are also quite aggressive and territorial during breeding season. Both parents take part in territorial defense, chasing off intruders with a fierce determination. And when they're not busy defending their turf, you can find them swimming on open water or walking across waterside grasslands. The Eurasian coot is also known for its impressive nesting habits. Both males and females work together to construct a bulky structure that either floats on the water or is built in shallow water on a low stump or log. After laying their clutch, both parents take turns incubating the eggs for 21 to 24 days. The young coots are precocial, meaning they're relatively mature when they hatch, but still rely on their parents for food and protection. The adults work together to feed their brood, bringing them a variety of small live prey, as well as algae, vegetation, seeds, and fruit. But despite this cooperative effort, chick mortality is still a significant concern, mainly due to starvation rather than predation. The Eurasian coot is considered to be a species that has adapted well to living in urban environments, and as such, it does not appear to have any specific conservation concerns. Its population trends are generally stable across its range, with no major threats identified. While some local populations may face specific challenges, such as habitat loss or degradation, these issues do not appear to be widespread enough to pose a significant threat to the species as a whole. Overall, the Eurasian coot is considered to be a species of relatively low conservation concern, and efforts are focused on maintaining its stable population trends across its range. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the wildlife of Campo della Promessa. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember that every visit counts.